Now at 5:30, there were 3 robberies overnight in Lexington and a police chase that ended in Woodford County. We're live with the latest details.
Also on WKYT this morning, the trial for a man accused of killing a UK employee 2.5 years ago starts today. We're live looking ahead to what we can expect at today's trial.
And we have more details about the funeral arrangements for the boxing legend and cultural icon Muhammad Ali. How his hometown of Louisville will honor him one more time ahead on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. It is your Monday, June 6th. We hope you had a great weekend. I'm Bill Bryant.
I'm Meredith Jones in for Rebecca Smith, and you know, it's not shaping up too bad.
Oh, looks good for the week ahead. Yeah. We have temperatures kind of all over the board, but for the most part, it looks pleasant, a lot of sunshine. Meteorologist Micah Harris is tracking it for us. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, this is the type of week that we need because we've had the past few weeks where it's just been thunderstorm after thunderstorm. And today, starting today, it looks like we're going to be mainly dry without any risk of thunderstorms in the near future. 60 degrees now in Frankfort. It's a good feel as you step out the door. You'll start to see that glimpse of sunshine here in just about 15 to 20 minutes. Nice morning, though. And then we hit the afternoon 83. Guys, that's still slightly warm for this time of year when typically we're around 80. But it drops off big time, right off the map, 5 to 10 degrees in the next couple of days. I'm going to talk about that and then show you a huge upswing for your weekend coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you. It's been a busy night for Lexington police. There were 3 robberies overnight and a police chase.
That chase ended with 3 arrests in Woodford County. WKYT's Mike Byer is live with new details we've learned about these overnight crimes. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Meredith. I'm at the Shell on Man of War near Nicholasville Road, which police say was the 3rd stop for a suspected serial robber who led police on a chase through Fayette and Woodford counties. Now, here's how it went down. It all started at around 2 this morning. This is when police say an armed man wearing blue pants, a blue shirt, and a blue bandana robbed the Waffle House on Richmond Road. 30 minutes later, the Waffle House off Reading Road was also robbed. Police say witnesses there also described the gunman as wearing all blue. Then shortly after that, police were called to the Shell gas station on Man of War near Nicholasville Road for another armed robbery. Once again, witnesses told police the gunman was dressed in all blue. From the Shell, police started following a car suspected in these robberies. Officers tell us the driver led them on a chase from Lexington to Versailles Road near the Bluegrass Parkway in Woodford County. That's where police arrested 3 people, including a man who was wearing the distinctive clothing seen during all 3 robberies. Now, the names of the 3 people have not been released. Police tell us there was a young child in the car that they were driving, or that the car the police were following. We're told that child is safe and is with a relative. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
All right, thank you, Mike. The trial for a man accused of killing a UK employee 2.5 years ago starts today.
Police say Mark Taylor murdered Alex Johnson and then stuffed his body in a barrel that was then pulled out of the Kentucky River. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk to explain what we can expect to happen today. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. Jury selection is scheduled to start at 8:45 this morning. During the murder trial, we expect to hear from Alex Johnson's mother for the first time, and we also expect to hear from one of the men who is accused of kidnapping Johnson. He's expected to testify against the accused killer. In a last-minute request last week, Mark Taylor's defense attorneys asked the judge to keep Johnson's mother from testifying. They worry that her words will play on the jurors' emotions and will gain sympathy for her son, who was a 32-year-old chef at the University of Kentucky. The judge overruled the defense's motion, though, so we do expect to see the Commonwealth's attorney call Johnson's mother to the stand first. Taylor's attorneys are already starting to give us some clues as to how they plan to defend him. During their last court appearance, they started to paint Johnson as a drug dealer. They are also planning on calling a number of witnesses to testify this week. The second man charged in the murder case, Timothy Ballard, took a plea deal, so he is not going on trial. However, he will also be in court this week. As part of his plea deal, he has agreed to testify against Taylor. This trial for this high-profile murder case is expected to last 1 to 2 weeks. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. This morning, a southern Kentucky man is expected in court after being charged in a double murder. Deputies in Laurel County say 34-year-old Bradley Lawson killed Donnie and Sharon Jackson last year. Investigators found the couple's bodies at a burned home on March 8th of last year. They also say both of them had gunshot wounds. And now Lawson was already in jail when deputies arrested him. He was indicted in April on federal drug charges. He's accused of transporting methamphetamine between Whitley County in Georgia from August of 2014 to August of 2015. Lawson is expected in court around 11 o'clock this morning.
Investigators say they found 2 bodies in 2 separate counties over the weekend, and they think both cases are connected. The arrest citations for Carla Hunt and Talmadge Branham claim they were with 3 men at a cabin off of Kentucky 11 in Wolfe County. The citation says 2 of those men got into a fight with the 3rd and shot him. A man fishing found that man's body Saturday under Slate Creek Bridge in Montgomery County. The second body was found outside that Wolfe County cabin Sunday morning. Both bodies will be taken to the state medical examiner's office. Now, as far as we know, there have been no other arrests in this case. A hometown hero is honored in Louisville. Boxing legend and Kentucky native Muhammad Ali passed away over the weekend at a hospital in Phoenix, Arizona. The 74-year-old battled Parkinson's disease for decades. His body is now back in Louisville. A private plane carrying his casket landed yesterday afternoon, and police escorted Ali's body to the funeral home. His brother says he wants a funeral to be love and happiness for Ali's memory.
An interfaith memorial service to honor the memory of Ali was held at the River Road Mosque in Louisville. Ali was born Cassius Clay and converted to Islam in the early 1960s. When Ali announced his conversion, promoters threatened to cancel boxing matches, and the news media first refused to refer to him by his new name. The service was open to all faiths.
To me, he exemplified courage that said you can be yourself. He was unapologetically black. He risked everything for what he believed in.
I think he used Islam as an outlet in a way to show people that it's not about terrorism and it's about peace.
Ali's funeral will be Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock at the KFC Yum Center, and the service will be translated as well as streamed live on the internet. Former President Bill Clinton, Billy Crystal, and Bryant Gumbel will be among those giving eulogies at his funeral. There will be a private ceremony Thursday for his family.
Well, we should know today if prosecutors plan to file charges against the parents of the boy who got into the Cincinnati Zoo's gorilla exhibit last weekend. Zoo workers had to shoot and kill a 17-year-old gorilla that dragged the boy through some water. The boy's family says he is doing well at home. Cincinnati police handed the case over to prosecutors Thursday. They will decide if the parent should be charged. Legal experts believe charges are unlikely. Well, since the incident, zoo leaders have closed the gorilla exhibit, and they are expected to reopen it tomorrow. Leaders have been making changes to the fencing separating the public and the gorillas. Zoo leaders say the new barrier railing is now 42 inches high and has solid wood beams at the top and the bottom and a knotted rope netting. They say they made the changes even though the old barrier passed the Association of Zoos and Aquariums inspection.
All right, better safe than sorry, and certainly quite a talker, that story, nationally over the last few days. Well, frontrunner Hillary Clinton is closer to becoming the presumptive Democratic nominee after the weekend.
The last big round of primaries will be tomorrow, with California offering the candidates the biggest prize. Danielle Nottingham covers the campaign from Los Angeles.
Hillary Clinton says she's confident she'll clinch the Democratic nomination this week.
After Tuesday, I'm going to do everything I can to reach out to try to unify the Democratic Party, and I expect Senator Sanders to do the same.
Clinton spent the weekend campaigning hard around California, where she's in a dead heat with Bernie Sanders. The Vermont senator also blitzed the state, visiting West Hollywood and taking a spin on a carousel with his grandchildren at the Santa Monica Pier.
If I am not the nominee, and we're going to fight to become the nominee, it is Secretary Clinton's job to explain to those people why she should get their support.
6 states are voting in primaries on Tuesday. Even though California could go to Sanders, Clinton may not need to win here.
she will almost certainly clinch the nomination before the polls close in California.
As Clinton edges closer to facing Donald Trump in November, the presumptive Republican nominee is getting heat for highlighting the Mexican heritage of the federal judge presiding over a lawsuit against Trump University.
He's a member of a club or society very strongly pro-Mexican, which is all fine. But I say he's got bias. I want to build a wall.
Clinton called the remarks dangerous and not normal politics. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Hillary Clinton needs only 28 delegates to get the nomination, and she'll have to wait for tomorrow's primaries to reach that total.
Firefighters across Kentucky and some surrounding states got some hands-on training in Lexington. Dozens practiced rescuing fellow firefighters from burning homes. Lexington crews hope this kind of training will help save their fellow first responders' lives.
And a reminder, crews in Lexington will be setting off test fireworks tonight. City leaders announced last week a new location for their 4th of July display. Now they'll launch fireworks from a site on Alumni Drive near the Arboretum. The test tonight will last approximately 3 minutes.
So attention-getting and a little bit of a preview.
Exactly.
There you go. All right, 5:40 is the time, 20 before 6, and let's get our first check on live drive traffic this morning. Here is our map of the region, and it's looking good. No issues out there that we can see right now. Lots of green, and folks are moving along okay. And here is a look at the Lexington-Fayette Urban County Government's live drive cam. This is at Main and Limestone. Beautiful downtown Lexington. Already early hints of daylight this morning, and again, no problems out there. So it's a good ride in.
Yeah, if you have to make your commute to work this morning, it's looking pretty good so far.
So far, that's right. We'll keep you informed as we go through the morning. Still a lot more coming up on WKYT this Monday morning.
She may be the happiest of Chewbacca's, Candace Payne, the mom behind that laughing mask. Boy, that's sure to go viral. Well, she's using her internet fame for good. That's ahead after Micah's forecast.
Nothing going on early this morning. Later on tonight, we have a front that's going to be moving through. Will that bring us thunderstorms, and will that bring us much cooler air? I'll have that coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Pretty good looking day in store. This is a good way to start off a work week. Yes, our temperatures will be back in the 80s, but a big time temperature swing as we get throughout your work week and off towards your weekend. Let me show you off toward eastern Kentucky. 63 in Breathitt County and Jackson. And the valley fog is out there once again. 62 now in London Corbin area. And we're right around 60 degrees in Frankfort and also Lexington here in the Bluegrass. And then what we're going to be doing is watching this front start to move through later on tonight. So it's 83 today, mixture of sun and clouds. It looks pretty good. Doesn't feel great, but it's not all that bad. And then we head off into the night. Here comes a front that's going to be moving through, and that front will push that warm air southbound. And what will happen is we'll start to feel some much cooler air sink on in here for the next couple of days. So the front moves through tonight and into tomorrow morning. That will give us an isolated shot at seeing a passing shower tonight when most of us are asleep. Just keep that in mind. It's really nothing to write home about. And then we head toward your Tuesday, your Wednesday, and we'll see those temperatures take a dive. We'll be in the 70s the next few days. Actually feels really good. And not only that, but we're mainly dry too. So we'll keep that rain chance on out of there for the most part. And tonight and into tomorrow morning, I put in a 20% chance of rain just to say heads up for a passing shower later on tonight and into tomorrow morning. Then we're talking about the muggy meter. The past few weeks, really, it's been oppressive or tropical. You're talking dew points there in the 60s and even close to 70 degrees in some spots. But now we're going to be seeing that drop off the map with that front moving on through. So not only cooler air, but drier air. That humidity is going to be way down too. Today, we're still close to oppressive. We still got those dew points a little bit high. And then we hit the next couple of days, Tuesday off into Wednesday, and it continues to drop off. So if you're waiting to do that yard work, I'd just say wait the next couple of days because that's when it feels amazing to get out there. You might not even break a sweat on Tuesday and off into Wednesday, so there you go. Let's talk about your 7-day forecast because it's pretty easy forecast the next several days. We're talking mainly dry conditions, like I said, tonight and into tomorrow. I put that 20% chance of rain on there just to say you could have a passing shower or two. But look at those temperatures going from 83 to 75 tomorrow, 72 on Wednesday, and near 80 degrees on Thursday. Those 3 days will feel really nice, even though you see the 8 in front on Thursday. The dew points are still relatively low, so it'll actually feel quite nice there on Thursday too. And then Friday off into your weekend, guys, it gets really warm. We're talking mid to upper 80s, and even some locations could reach 90 degrees there for the weekend. But at least we're not talking about big thunderstorms, right? Because a lot of events we had this past weekend had to deal with that, but you won't have to deal with it this weekend.
All right. Yeah. Get ready for a little summer.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for the people last weekend.
Yeah, it was a little tough on Saturday, especially.
Right.
Thank you, Micah. 5:47 now. Internet fame has come full circle for the Chewbacca mom. You've probably seen that video, right?
Yeah, I know we have.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you saw her on the Late Late Show with James Corden, where she also got to meet J.J. Abrams, who directed The Force Awakens. Now, they all wore the masks and became happy Chewbaccas. Candace Payne, the mom behind the mask, got to meet the real man behind Chewie, actor Peter Mayhew, in Dallas. And yes, she was excited.
I'm just as amazed as y'all are at this entire thing, but I really do feel like there are some great things to come.
Payne says she's using her platform to do good. She gave autographs for $20 a piece at the expo. The money, she says, will go to charity.
All right, unexpected fame, and she's using it for good.
Her life has forever changed.
That's right. Chewbacca mom from now on, right?
Yep.
5:48 is our time. Monday morning on WKYT as you rise and shine and get going this morning.
Coming up, more stories making news at this hour.
We'll be checking on traffic again, see how things are moving along. We have some health news and a lot more, and it's so good to have you with us on WKYT. Good morning. Welcome back in. WKYT this morning on the air with the latest 5:52 on your Monday.
That's right. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stories that we are working on this hour.
Our news team is busy right now. 3 people have been arrested after 3 robberies this morning that led police on a chase through Fayette and into Woodford counties. Police say there was also a young child in the car that they were chasing after. We're told the child is now with a relative.
And the trial for a man accused of killing a UK employee 2.5 years ago starts today. Police say Mark Taylor murdered Alex Johnson, then stuffed his body into a barrel that was pulled out of the Kentucky River. The trial is expected to last 1 to 2 weeks. And topping your national news this morning, funeral plans are coming together for boxer Muhammad Ali, who died Friday.
In his hometown of Louisville here in Kentucky, mourners are celebrating Ali's life with memorials and church services. Ali planned his own funeral to ensure that it would be open to the public, and it will be held Friday afternoon at an arena in downtown Louisville.
Hillary Clinton is closer to clinching the Democratic nomination for president. Clinton won big last night in Puerto Rico's primary, and she picked up more delegates Saturday from a victory in the U.S. Virgin Islands. 6 states will hold primaries and caucuses tomorrow. North America has the world's highest rates of anxiety. Now that tops your morning health headlines.
Our continent's anxiety rate is double the global average, and that's according to a review of research by the University of Cambridge. Anxiety disorders are nearly twice as common in women as men, and disproportionately they affect those under the age of 35. There is some new data out there this morning on the cause of obesity. Overweight children don't eat more often, but they do eat more at each meal. That's according to a British survey of 4 to 18-month-olds. Heavy children in the study ate with the same frequency and ate the same types of foods, but had an extra bite or two at each meal.
Young Hispanic and Black cancer patients are nearly 75% more likely to die from some forms of the disease than white patients. A University of Colorado study found that the differences were only partially explained by economic gaps and said more research on the cause of the difference is needed. All right, let's go ahead and check in this hour on today's traffic trouble spots with the live drive traffic. You can see there it's actually looking pretty clear right now. Not too bad, nothing that I can see out there. So let's go ahead and time to check in and see what's making news online this morning. Bill joins us now with what's happening on the net.
Yeah, we're rolling up on 5:55, and right now on WKYT.com, we are following up on those 3 robberies overnight in Lexington as we work to see if police are connecting the holdups and the arrests of 3 people overnight following a chase. Also trending this morning, the death of boxing great Muhammad Ali, how he's being remembered here in his home state. That public funeral Friday in Louisville, a worldwide story that is bringing attention to Kentucky this week. Hillary Clinton won in Puerto Rico in the primary there over the weekend and has edged to within 23 delegates now of clinching the Democratic presidential nomination. Clinton and Bernie Sanders are in a tight race in California, which holds its primary tomorrow. Clinton appears to have the advantage, though, in New Jersey. As the summer driving season gets going, gasoline prices are climbing. The price was up 6 cents a gallon last week. The national average is now $2.37 a gallon. On Kentucky.com, the final recruiting rankings say Kentucky, not Duke, has the #1 class of incoming freshmen in the country for 2016. And also, there's a map about life expectancies in Kentucky showing that where you live in the Commonwealth might have a lot to do with how long you live. Various factors play a part, including income, diet, and smoking patterns. And CBS This Morning is coming up at 7 with your Eye Opener. And of course, we'll have local updates. Join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, and for the latest news anytime, WKYT.com.
Now getting a glimpse of that sunshine. Things are looking fantastic outside. A few clouds here and there. Temperatures are there right around 60 degrees depending on where you live. It's a good feel as you walk out the door. So a nice morning. Afternoon slightly warm, still around 83 degrees. Is pretty much where we finished off yesterday. And what we're going to be seeing later on in your forecast, a big front later on tonight. It's not really going to bring us any thunderstorms, so nothing really to worry about out of that. It's something to get excited about because we'll drop those temperatures from the low to mid 80s to the low to mid 70s later on in the work week. We're going to be talking about that. I'm going to show you what you can expect as we travel throughout not just your work week, but often to your weekend. So we go from 80s today, 70s the next couple of days, and then back close to 90 degrees there for your weekend. We have all that coming up with another hour of WKYT News. If you're about to take off, have a good Monday, a good start to your work week. If not, we'll see you right back here for WKYT News at 6, just a couple of minutes.